Hi, I'm Michi and that's my channel. And today we end the series. It happens, the Pokemon puzzle is together, and I think we see now the process of sliding everything in and getting bigger. I hope you have enjoyed the series a little bit. I think I make here a short end. If you want all the datas or me seeing rambling about the future, then you can be with me. Otherwise you can now turn it off. I think on the end I will make this crumble backwards video. But this would be in the end. If you wanted to watch them, then you have to sit through or skip. But I'm not giving you timestamps, so you must do it with manually. I mean, you can. Yeah, have you enjoyed the series? Have you seen the coming together? It looks really nice when it's complete. 5,000 pieces and this puzzled in section by section. It was a ride. I think I have one or two things that was points where I wanted to talk about. Of course, I find it funny. The first thing is, of course, the order of the puzzles like I do. I mean, I try to choose it randomly. I close my eyes, trying to get to the bags, grabbing one and getting this out. And when I first open my eyes and have the first thing on my board and on my table, then I grabbed the green. Why I did grab the green? Green was the first color I do in the first build, and I think, okay, I will choose it randomly. And then I choose the second randomly and trying to get through the things and grabbing one bag, and I grabbed the yellow, and I think this was the second color I did in my first build, and it was so... Why did it happen? I choose it randomly, really. I close my eyes and try to... I was a little bit frustrated that my random choosing was the same order than I have previous built. I think the third one I wouldn't choose to do the red course. I think the red was the next one I do. I really had to swap this, and I was so glad that I then picked out the purple ones, and I have another color. So was it necessary to have the same direction in the same order? I really should think of when I choose the first bag and it was green. I really thought maybe it would be better if I take it back, cut this piece, or the video you don't see, take it back, grabbing a next bag, and when I have another color then I could run with it. But the green, I thought, oh, a nice coincidence, let it be. But a second I was frustrated. And then I choose to... Maybe I thought then, no, when I grab now red, then I would change the order and I would grab next. But in the end I grabbed everything randomly with eyes closed and choosing the bags. So my order was green, yellow, then purple, brown, blue, red and gray. The rest of that was totally random to the other build. And yeah, a little frustration in the first beginning and the first grabbing, but of course when you choose randomly, then you could choose the same like you did in the first. It was not intentional to do this the same order, so yeah, that was a bit annoying. The second thing of me recognizing is that the colors have I thought they're all at the same level difficult, if you know what I mean. I mean, every color has these Pokemons, and when the Pokemon have really similar color to each other, then it's more or less you have more pieces, then you have more to select to, and you can not see which piece goes in which Pokemon. And even these big ones where there are many things in the same color, this is a color block, that's sometimes a little bit difficult, so that falls under Onyx. The Onyx head is really a little bit difficult because there are so many pieces and it's only gray. And in the purple area there are 2 Pokemon that has the same color scheme and 4 that has more or less the same colors also. So this mixing up, and it's therefore a little bit tricky to build. But Relaxer was this big chunk of pieces, but they are really distinct. You can sort them and you have not mixing it up together with others. So in every area you have something that's a little bit bigger or a little bit chunkier, a little bit more pieces, a little bit more tricky. Although I really think the green section is the easiest one you have, and it took me only 1 hour and 20 minutes. That's the fastest color. But in the red area there is many pieces of this beige, brownish, tan, light, yellow. There are so many pieces of these colors. I don't know. I mean, when I built it at the first and I choose to do the red, then I really was so frustrated. This was an area where I worked and it's not coming together. I did this chunk of beige pieces on this wolf-like character, this big with the stripes that looked like a dog, but it has tiger stripes. Sorry, I don't know the name of this Pokemon, but this is a nightmare to puzzle, and the whole puzzle has so many beige, light brownish pieces that, and I think it was not totally fresh, but I'm not always doing speed puzzling, so I didn't want to rush through, so I sit there and be collecting pieces and trying to connect, and nothing coming together. I mean, red was the only section I did in 2 sessions, 2 sittings. Of course, it was at one stretch too long. Every other color I did in 1 sitting. But red took me 4 hours to finish, and I was really surprised about that red was so much difficult than anything else in the puzzle. Yeah, that was really a surprise. I mean, red took me 4 hours. This was the longest, and all other times, green was 1 hour and 20 minutes, yellow was 1 hour and 30 minutes, purple was 2 hours and 30 minutes, so you see the difficulty more. Brown took me 2 hours and 30 minutes, so it's a little similar with this big Onyx, of course. Blue took me 1 hour and 50 minutes, that was slightly easier. Red took me 4 hours, that was the hardest. And gray took me 1 hour and 50 minutes, so it's like the blue one. Yeah, of course, it's this big chunk of relaxo and the bird behind, but that was a good section. All in all these 7 sections took me 15 hours and 30 minutes. I always rounded it a little bit, so it's not at the minute accurate, but it's more or less accurate. So you don't know when you to start, when you take a sip of your thing, or if you're sorting. Sometimes you count this in, sometimes not. So I really only see the footage length getting a little bit less, because I take it out of the back end, or talking a little, or swapping the puzzle on a board and take it away. So this time I count off, but it's really on the minute, plus minus 10 minutes, you can say. But I think 15 hours and 30 minutes for 5,000 pieces. Yeah, I've disturbed, get it get it in the sections and puzzled only the sections, and it's very much more easier than building 5,000 pieces. I mean, I needed the first build, the 5,000 pieces, I need exactly 24 hours. It's also a little bit rounded, but it was at the end 24 hours that I built the 5,000 piece Pokemon puzzle. My 15 hours and 30 minutes, it's yeah, I took a day off, 8 hours and 30 minutes, so 1 work day of the process. Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised that it's not lesser. I thought it would take me approximately half a time, but I think it's 2/3. But the chunks are really big, and so therefore the whole thing, I mean, only divided to 7, it's amount of pieces every piece. Yeah. And one thing I find surprisingly hard on these things was the last 5-6 pieces. I mean, I always try to let a little bit of the white corner, this white lines between the colors, sometimes on the one side and sometimes on the other side, and sometimes when there is so much white that I have white pieces, then the white pieces must stick on the border of my section. And this 5 to 10 pieces that I left at the last course, then you have to build the border, and these pieces took me way much more longer than I thought it would be. I mean, I have made a few mistakes with this divided line, maybe get it a little bit more rectangular, but I think only in the red section, the hardest section, there is the lines really straight, and down was not so much. So I think these lines were good, and I have no problem with that. In every other puzzle I have problems with these white pieces. I think in one area, was it the gray or the brown, I have one piece, and I think I needed 1 to 2 minutes to find this one piece where it's connecting, because it's only sticking out at one thing. Why did I choose to have this in this section and not in the other? I don't know. It was surprisingly hard to build this white framing. Yeah, all in all, I think I have enjoyed this. I mean, I tried to rush a little bit through, because I wanted to have my big board so that I can build the dragon puzzle, because it was new, and so therefore I tried to do every day another section and sit it through. So the 2 hours and 30 minutes of the purple and brown sessions were in one sitting through. I mean, it was tedious at the end, but I wanted to finish the sections. And that red was not finished at first. That was really annoying. Of course, I wanted to have every day a puzzle section built so that I can get my board on the weekend. I want to get my board on sliding everything up and then crumble it, and then building my big dragon puzzle again. So so therefore I rush a little bit through, and that forced me a little bit to get through this. But all in all, the puzzle is colorful, bright, the characters are really funny. You get remembrance from when you look Pokemon. I mean, I was not young when Pokemon came, but my children were, and we always look Pokemon. I mean, I also, in my older days, I mean, I was approximately 20. I collected cards with the 150 original Pokemons with every name, but they was to glue. It was a do-it-yourself cards, and I have all 150. I think my children just use it a little bit to play, and so I have to get rid of them. But it was really a funny thing, and I think down there, or my youth, I know every name of the Pokemon, but it's always, I know the names in German, so if it's the same name as in English or the same name as there where you live, I don't know. So yeah, all in all, I think it was a nice series. I think it didn't come good on YouTube. I have not many views and not many questions, so only one with the time. I think I have covered this, so if I have anything left what you wanted to know about this build, leave me a question in the comments and I could try to answer it. Yeah, I think that was all for this video. You see now the backwards crumbling, and yeah, we see each other in the next. So bye and happy hobby allerseits.